True story. I had a business meeting. I like to be comfortable. Sue me. Sue me for enjoying comfort. I wore this shirt. This shirt that you're looking at right here. Let me get you a better view here. Look at this shirt, guys. I wore this shirt. This is my favorite shirt. This shirt makes me look huge. Makes me look freaking huge. Makes me look like I go to the gym twice a day, and I don't. So I wore it to this business meeting, and it was not a good idea. Not a good idea at all. One of the partners there apparently didn't like the shirt, so much so that he brought it up several months later to somebody else. And it was expressed that I shouldn't be wearing a shirt with which I painted prior to the business meeting. What? Painted? But then I look at the shirt and I'm like, oh my God, this little design here. W and like all the like splatter. It kind of does look like I just painted with it, you know? I never even had realized that. So here I am going to this business meeting looking like a Benjamin Moore sales rep. And then Jean-Guy's like, come on, la, you paint, la, you come here after you paint like that, man, come on, go in the shower, come on, or something. It's cobalt all over your shirt, la. The lesson here is you don't give a fuck what anybody says. You still wear the shirt. I mean, if you have a business meeting, don't paint before, like I did. God knows there is a direct correlation between someone's ability to perform a task and the shirt that they're wearing. You know, huge correlation, guys. But otherwise, you know, be comfortable. That's it. So, you want to start a YouTube channel. And if you're anything like me, here's some of the questions you're going to ask yourself. Don't I look stupid on camera? Don't I sound stupid? Hey guys! Don't I lack the credibility? Can't I make better use of my time? Well, if you thought I was here to tell you no, you're wrong. Because unfortunately, yes, you are ugly. You do sound stupid. You have no credibility. People hate you, and you could be doing better things with your time. But the good news, it's only uphill from here. And God knows, if you were asking your grandmother for advice right now, what would she tell you? She'd say, fuck them. Just fucking do it, right? Listen to grandma, guys. Listen to grandma. I want to help you create a new mindset so that you can have the mental fortitude and be empowered to a point where you just don't give a fuck what anybody has to say. You're going to start that YouTube channel. You're going to stop telling people you want to start that YouTube channel, and you're going to fucking do it. And I'm going to help you do it. I'm going to make a 3-part video series. The first one is mindset. The second one is the technical requirements, like the hardware, software that you need. And then the third one is how to actually make a good video. Very quickly though, before I get to that, I want to give you the benefits of starting a YouTube channel. My daughter asked me to do a YouTube channel for many years now, and finally we've decided to take that journey. They'll learn editing skills, directorial skills, acting skills, writing skills, social skills, how to use a computer, all of these really cool things. The self-confidence they gain from this activity, through the roof. Insane. Super fun on top of that with your children. Highly recommend it for kids, for yourself as well. Of course, it's going to help anybody with all the things that I just talked about. The benefits are honestly, they go way beyond what I thought they were originally, and I hope that you can have the opportunity to see that for yourself. All right, so the first thing, I would say you want to define your objective. The reason that it's important to define your objective as part of your mindset is because there are a lot of things, there are a lot of external forces that are going to attempt to derail you, whether these are external forces that you've brought on yourself or external forces that you cannot control. They will try to derail you. And if you haven't defined your objective very clearly with what you're trying to achieve, it's very easy to give up prematurely. For instance, are you trying to entertain? Are you trying to educate? Are you doing this for fun? Are you trying to make some money with it? What are you trying to do? When that's clear, these attempts to derail you are going to fail. It's not going to be as easy to be derailed because your objective is clearly defined and you can simply focus on what it is you're trying to achieve. Number 2, the fear of judgment. This is definitely, in my opinion, the one that keeps people back the most. I know that I struggled with this a lot, or I mean, you know, of course, still struggle with that.
Don't you want a balloon?
I'm not supposed to take stuff from strangers.
Everybody struggles with the fear of judgment from other people. I think you just have to truly look within yourself and embrace who you really are. Everybody has strengths, everybody has weaknesses, or areas of opportunity, as we call them in 2021. And as long as you're willing to acknowledge what both of those things are, you can truly and comfortably be yourself and not give a fuck what people think about you. Because at the end of the day, they're judging you. That's a reflection of them and their own inability to understand the human condition of not being perfect. And the irony in the fear of judgment is that we feel very weak and we feel very vulnerable in these moments. And the irony is that it is actually the strongest thing you could do. And the perceived strength by other people is the courage they see. And trust me, they will see the courage that it takes. So there is a lot of irony in the fact that we think we're weak when we're being judged, but really we're at our strongest. We just don't even know it. And we just have to leverage this strength. And again, just don't give a fuck. All right, number 3, overcoming the fear of wasting your time. I think this one's important because once you overcome your fear of judgment, you might come to a point where one of your videos does poorly or something happens and you just all of a sudden start thinking about all the time that you're spending doing this. And you know, you might feel that you are wasting your time and you could be doing better things with your time. So again, I bring that back to the first point of clearly defining your objective and trying to figure out what you're doing this for. Because yes, producing good content takes a lot of time. Producing content does not take a lot of time, but producing good content takes a lot of time. There's a lot of work that goes into the editing, the lighting, the sound. What I would say is overcoming that fear is, again, embracing the journey that you're on and accepting that you're going to lose power when you're recording. You're going to have your mic when you record an entire session. Absolutely awful. That happened to me many times. And the first thing is, well, I did lose power when I was recording. You're going to lose, it's all going to happen to you. And hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully by watching these types of videos, you can learn and these things don't happen to you, but I bet you they probably will, just, you know, and this is part of the growth. So as long as you're willing to embrace that that is part of the journey, when it happens, it's not unexpected. You've outlined it as part of your plan and you're willing to go through it because, again, you've planned for it. Okay, so number 4 for the mindset is, I'd say, focus on what actually matters. It's easy to get lost in the mindset and just be overwhelmed with everything that you need to do and just say, you know what, fuck it, I'm not doing it. But by focusing in on the things that actually matter, which I'm going to tell you, you will not have to waste any extra energy on the things that don't matter. Here are the things that you think matter that are overwhelming you that actually don't. Your username. Guys, it doesn't matter. Madeline 12, Bob 1269, Eric 64. It doesn't matter, guys. It doesn't matter. Okay. My daughter, she loves this guy. His name is Think Noodles. Think Noodles. What is a Think and what is a Noodles? I don't know, but this guy is huge on YouTube. His name could be Abugaboo and it wouldn't matter. He would still be as big on YouTube. Don't waste any time. And I know you probably would be, oh, which username? What should I do for the channel? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Your channel name? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Content specificity will eventually matter if you're trying to narrow your niche down, which you'll eventually want to do. But at the beginning, you don't have any content, right? I'm assuming, because if you do, you wouldn't be watching me. You would already be on YouTube. So you don't really care about being specific with your content. Just get stuff out there. Look at the proof. I've got a coffee video. I'm making a video on how to YouTube. I'm doing all sorts of things and I'm going to see, you know, where's it going to take me? What do people like? What do people like about me? What do they want to see me do? And you kind of just sort of figure it out and you look at all your favorite YouTubers. I guarantee you their first videos are absolutely terrible and they're not specific to anything. They just literally post just to post. So don't care about the specificity of the content. Just post. Now, here are the things that actually do matter. Having content, period. Just have content. Do something. Do anything. Hit the record button. Upload the video. That's literally the most important thing. It's more important than your name. It's more important than your channel. It's more important than anything, but I guarantee you're probably spending more time thinking about your name than you are the content. And if you're not, good job. You're on the right path. Having the right gear. You don't necessarily have to have super expensive gear. You just have to make sure you have the right things in place. Equipment that is going to matter that you may not realize, or things that are going to matter. Lighting. Super important to understand basics of lighting. Of course, there are many different levels of advanced lighting that you can learn. I don't even know about that. I just learned the basics of lighting, a 3-point lighting system. Google it. It's going to take you like 5 to 10 minutes to learn. That's how most productions are lit, with the 3-point lighting system. It doesn't matter what the source of light is, right? If you don't have access to these expensive lights, you just have to make sure that you're positioned correctly. That, for example, right now, the natural light is coming from in front of me onto my face, and the camera is recording this light that's reflecting off my face. If the sun were behind me, it would be blinding the camera, and you would have this big shadow on my face, kind of like when the moon is blocking the sun or the earth, or I don't know, some solar stuff. You want to make sure your lighting is good. You need to have a bright room, really, really bright. Because actually, if you have a $10,000 camera and terrible lighting, it won't even matter. You could have a shitty webcam, look way better than a $10,000 camera as long as the lighting is good. Audio, super important. A lot of people don't know that audio will have more people turn away from a video than bad video, right? So it's kind of ironic because you're watching a video, but people are turning away for bad audio. So you can get away with having worse quality video, but you can't get away with having worse quality audio. So you need to pay attention to the things that matter. Like I said, lighting, audio, and really that's just it. Those are the only things that matter. And the beauty of that is that it's not a lot. There are few things that actually matter in the beginning. And if you actually focus on those things, the creative energies are going to find themselves to you. Like if you're only thinking about your name, guess what? You're not going to be producing videos because you're not thinking about your video. But if you're actually thinking about what video am I going to be making? How am I going to produce it? Where am I going to be? What's this? Then you're actually going to produce a better video. But most people think about the things that don't matter that I mentioned and are stuck in that first initial phase when really they could just like snap out of it, move on to the next phase and post a video. All right, so although the last couple of things I talked about were technical things, they're still very closely related to the mindset because you need to stop thinking about those things for now. All right, last thing I want to talk about for mindset would be to trust the creative process. A good production has multiple layers. So you've got video layers, you've got audio layers, you've got sound effects, you've got visual effects. There are multiple layers literally to a production. What this might create is the illusion or the semblance that what you're recording is really, really bad. You know what? There's a chance. Of course, there's a chance it might be bad, but a lot of the times you think it's much worse than it is because you haven't added any of these layers. I know for myself, I think the video that I made before the coffee video was pretty good, but I know that when I was recording it, I literally must have spent 15 hours of real time just doing takes over, take like one take after the other because I was like, this sucks. But really, it's like I hadn't added anything yet. I hadn't cut any of the bad footage yet, and it makes a huge difference. So trust that process, especially if you've never been through it, because it's going to look very bare bones at first. And you're going to be like, I'm not publishing this. Well, yeah, of course not, because it's not edited yet, right? So you have to just realize that there are many layers to a production, and again, trust the creative process. If you had the idea to begin with and you thought it was a good idea, guess what? Midway through your production, it's not going to become a terrible idea. If it was a terrible idea, it was before you started. And if we've said one thing about commitment, I don't care if it's a terrible idea, you're going to follow through with it. You're going to post a freaking video. I'm going to be making 3 videos here today. I'm not making 3 videos today. What are you talking about, bro? You're not making 3 videos in one day. All right. So point number 4, or 5. What? Shit. I actually just said the 3 things in one sentence. Fuck. There you go, guys. We're good to go.